Hello from Brunswick. Today on YouTube, it's Dolphins basketball as the Dolphins finish a back-to-back at home to start the 2026 portion of the season, taking on Louisburg. The Hurricanes wrapping up a 3-game road trip to start the month of January. Hurricanes are 9-2. They're 2-1 on the road and 4-1 in Region 10 play. Brunswick is 6-7. They are unbeaten at home at 5-0. 2-6 in Region 10 play. Hi again, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for Dennis Gaskins and Louisburg. The Hurricanes coming off a 77-61 win at Southwest Virginia on Saturday. It's number 0, Corey White, getting the start today, alongside number 2, Heaven Briggs. Number 7 is Shaylon Yates. Number 10 is Jaya Hamilton, and number 15 is Nyla Powell. And now for Joe Gaughan and the Dolphins, coming off that 83-60 win against Mount Calm on January 3rd. It's number 4, Chelsea Rivera. Number 5 is Princess Kennedy. Number 12, Jemiah Leach. Number 15, Jasmine Burns. And number 30 is Faith Farmer. So the Dolphins facing probably their toughest test at home so far this season to try to keep that perfect streak at home on the line. Louisburg, although this is the finale of a 5-game road trip, they are red hot right now. They have only lost to Daytona State and Cleveland. Cleveland, by the way, is top 25 now. They're 23rd in the country. And the Dolphins, as I mentioned, they've been off for 9 days, so they've had some time off. 44% shooting against Mount Calm back on January 3rd. 15 steals. Faith Farmer at 25 points, 4 steals. Princess Kennedy, 20 points, 7 rebounds. McLucas with 11. And Dawson with 10, as the opening tip is controlled by the Dolphins. So if Brunswick wants to get past the Hurricanes today, they're going to have to shoot a high percentage again. Louisburg's one of the top teams in the country scoring the basketball. And there's a miss in and out. That thing went halfway down, came back out on Jemiah Leach. On the near side, it's White. Here is Hamilton out deep with it. And the pull-up off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Powell. White for 3, no good. Long rebound chased down by Powell again. An air ball put back no good down low. I can't see the jersey number there, but I believe it was Yates. And here comes Brunswick. So Brunswick escapes that. They gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds there. But here's a jumper by Burns, no good. There's an offensive rebound by Farmer, and then the defender pokes it out of bounds. So Dolphins, I think they're checking the shot clock. 0 for 2 so far. Farmer with the inbound to Chelsea Rivera. Chelsea did not play against Mount Calm, so this is the first game of the semester for her. Another offensive rebound for Brunswick. Nice job by Faith keeping it in bounds there. Her reverse shot is no good, and the board cleaned up by Powell. So Nyla Powell's got 3 rebounds already. She came in averaging 11, well, close to 11 rebounds a game. Top rebounder in Region 10 will go up against Brunswick as the jumper good from Corey White. Corey White averaging 12 a game. Nyla Powell leads them at 14.5, so Louisburg leads at 2-0. And again, Dolphins are going to have to shoot a high percentage. They've been shooting the ball well in their last couple of games. 9 days off. Might take them a while to get into rhythm. We'll see. Sometimes that break, as Princess Kennedy has it swatted out of bounds by Yates. So Yates with the block. 10 on the shot clock here for the Dolphins. Inbound goes to Chelsea. Looking in for Burns. It's deflected up by Powell. Burns goes to the ground. Shot clock, meanwhile, down to 2 now, and they're not going to get a shot off. It's a steal by White. White into the forecourt. Her pocket is picked by Farmer. Farmer to the hoop. Farmer can't tie us. So we're stuck on 2-0. Dolphins are doing a nice job defensively, but they can't keep playing around in the offensive end. They've got to score the basket. This is a Hurricanes team averaging 75.5 per game, shooting 37% from 3. Couple of fakes. Hamilton gets it to go, and it's 4-0. Straight up pressure here by the Hurricanes as Burns gets it to Princess Kennedy in the front court. Rivera on the right wing. Nice cut there by Leach. Couldn't get the bucket. Dolphins are cold right now. They're getting extra chance opportunities. That's something the Dolphins do very well. 15.2 offensive rebounds a game, third best in Region 10. And 17.8 offensive rebounds a game at home. Backing down is Burns. Burns turnaround. Bank is open as she gets Brunswick on the board. Good job by Jasmine Burns attacking. Very good defenders down low. Putting the moves on is Adams. Adams bank in and out. Kennedy gets the tipped rebound. And Kennedy will wait for her teammates as the Canes get back. Princess Kennedy fakes the handoff, attacks, can't get it to go, but she's fouled. That was a nice little deception there by Faith Farmer and Princess Kennedy. And the defense bit on it and then had to recover, and Princess Kennedy will have to earn it at the free throw line. So Kennedy 20-7 on January 3rd. As the Dolphins beat Montcalm, gets the first free throw to go. You know, you can tell who's put the work in the offseason, and it's really nice to see the progression for Princess Kennedy this year. She was averaging buckets last year, too, so 8.4 points per game is nothing that huge, but she's been more engaged. She also looks, I don't know if it's just sometimes the camera angle does it to you when you're calling these games remote, but she looks trimmer. She looks in better shape. As Powell gets it to go down low 6-4 after the Dolphins briefly tied it for the first time. But again, you can tell who's put the work in, and Kennedy, good for her. Out on the run, bucket no good again by Adams. So Canes get the turnover, Dolphins get the stop, and then the Dolphins turn it over yet again. Down low, that turnaround shot goes in for the Hurricanes, now doubling up Brunswick at 8-4. I apologize. Some of these numbers I can't see with the extended hair like that, so I'm doing what I can with Louisburg stats, but they're not. I think it was Powell who got that one. That was a pretty easy one to see. Dolphins forcing too much on the offensive end, and this is not a good start for Brunswick. Extra pass goes to Adams. Adams, who we didn't have in the starting lineup. We had Heaven Briggs in the starting lineup, but it's Adams coming up empty. Attacking his Farmer, gets it out. Kennedy, the midi. No. She'll chase it down alongside her teammate Burns. Correction, that's Paz Aquino who's in. Burns turnaround shot, no good. Pazaquino with another rebound. Gets it to the cutter, and Chelsea Rivera scores. So Dolphins now down by 2. Past the midway point, 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter of this one. Yates gets it over on the left wing to White, I believe. Cross-court pass goes to Adams. Adams attacks, draws contact on Burns. It's the first foul on Brunswick with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Louisburg is going to have free throws when we come back. Dolphins are going to make a host of changes as well. So we'll set the 5 on the floor. But right now it's a timeout with Louisburg up by 2. All right, welcome back to Dolphins basketball. Adams at the free throw line. First free throw is good for Louisburg, extending their lead out to 3. Kaylee Good, number 33, number 25, Quincy Turan, good player off the bench for Louisburg, as Adams gets them both to go. Meanwhile, for Brunswick, a host of changes as well. I mentioned Martina Pazaquino, Faith Farmer still in. Number 3, Nia McLucas has come in the game. 22, Destiny Mitchell is out there as well for the first time. Jemiah Leach also on the floor. As that ball is poked away, Dolphins get it back. Faith Farmer from the baseline, too strong. And that rebound, I believe that was Heaven Briggs, who's also in the game for the Hurricanes. So this is about where we've been. It's been about a 4-point lead for the Canes. We were tied once. Brunswick has not led so far today. Farmer into the front court, gets a screen from McLucas. Bounce pass over to Pazaquino. Gets it back now. McLucas top of the key. Destiny Mitchell on the right side, hounded by Rowe. Talia Rowe is in number 4. So Rowe, I had her incorrectly pronounced before. Rowe averaging 11.5 points per game off the bench, so she's a really good bench player as well. So Canes looking to increase the lead. Yates pull-up jumper is good. Just stepped into that one. And Shaylon Yates with her first 2. Biggest lead now for Louisburg is 6. Pazaquino to McLucas. McLucas, it's zone now. Good hustle play there by Yates. Jump ball possession arrow will favor the Canes. So Louisburg gets it back. Rowe on the far side attacks, gets it down low. Good, tough positioning there to take that shot. Rebound by Leach. Here's Farmer into the front court. Farmer looking to put the moves on Rowe. Rowe stayed with her. Gets it to the cutter Leach. Out to McLucas. Jumper off the back iron. Tipped rebound comes to Faith. Faith from the corner, yes. Faith Farmer with her first basket. 14.5 points per ball game. She's tied for 9th in Region 10 in scoring. as that jumper is way off the mark. Powell is actually the one who's tied with her. Powell leading the Canes with 14.5 points per game as well. Flip shot, no good by Leach. Dolphins trail by 4, 2:10 remaining. Quarter number 1. Back-to-back on the road Thursday and Friday for Brunswick. They're going to be busy this week. 3 games after 9 days off. Rowe couldn't get the runner to go. Leach with the rebound. Farmer, Pazzaquino. Backing down. Oh, nice pass by Martina there. Jumper in and out. Farmer just getting the hustle plays right now. Faith attacks. Blocked by Good, but fouled. So Powell tied for 9th with Faith Farmer in points per game. Again, Nyla Powell with 4 already today for Louisburg. And Faith Farmer will try to match her. Got to stay toe-to-toe. They're in a battle. Here, finally, I've talked about her 3 times, and she's actually in the game now, is Heaven Briggs. What a season for Faith Farmer in her freshman year so far. Double figures in 4 straight games and all but 2 games this year. She's shooting over 51% in the last 4 games. That's a lane violation. Farmer got it to go anyways. Rowe was in the lane talking to Faith Farmer while she shot that free throw. I've never seen that before. But the free throw went down, so here's Briggs now into the front court. Gets it to Yates. Yates has played the entire first quarter so far. Only starter to do that. This is a pretty deep Hurricanes team. They're going to be tested again. Finally get to go home on Wednesday to take on number 14, Bryan and Stratton. So we've got 2 teams in Region 10 in the top 25. Great to see that. Bryan and Stratton have another incredible start to the year. And Cleveland getting some respect that they definitely deserve. The Yetis have really built a nice program out there. McLucas to Farmer. Farmer, that little jumper goes for Faith Farmer, who's now up to 6 points. And we are tied at 12. It's the second tie of the game. Dolphins have not led. Briggs into the forecourt, gets around the press. Swings it out, catch and shoot 3 is no good by Toran. Offensive rebound again, Yates, much like Farmer on our end of the court, getting those hustle plays. Attacking again, Toran, looking for maybe some contact that time, no whistle. That's nice sometimes to do the women's games because they let them play a little bit more. Yates chases down the Farmer miss. And, let's see here. Can I do the math? About 12-second difference game and shot clock here. Rowe is so open. You cannot leave anybody from Louisburg that wide open. Talia Rowe shoots just 29% from 3, so she's not a great three-point shooter. But overall, this team's shooting 36.6%. Again, top 5 nationally in both field goal percentage and three-point shooting. So Louisburg back on top. Dolphins come up empty. That ball's going to be tipped by Destiny Mitchell with 5.4. Corey White has just 2 points in the quarter. She leads Region 10 in three-point shooting. Not a lot of time to work with here. Rowe drives in. They're not going to get it off. So Dolphins hanging with Louisburg. Pretty nice start here for Brunswick. They keep it low scoring. That's what they need to do to win this. It's 15-12, though, as the Hurricanes, other than a couple of ties, lead the entire first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter here in just a bit. Dolphins basketball here on YouTube. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you. 6-game homestand following the road trip. As you saw, Cape Fear, our rivals, will be in town on the 20th. And today should be the last day for this kind of wonky audio setup that I've had to do ever since my surgery. I think we're going to be back to normal by the next game. So we're underway here in the second quarter. Dolphins with the basketball. Haven't led so far in the game, but they have tied it, and they're hanging tight with a 9-2 Hurricanes team. Briggs will walk it across the timeline into the forecourt. In the corner, that jumper is short. Tipped rebound comes to Leach. McLucas. Farmer now in the front court. Faith Farmer. Back to Nia McLucas. McLucas attacking over two defenders. Couldn't get that one to go. Poked away by Mitchell. Back to McLucas. And the Dolphins just not shooting as well as they were January 3rd. Again, 9 days off in between these games. This is White back in the game to start the quarter, off on that jumper. 9 days in between games. This time of the year is either a blessing or a curse. It's a blessing because you get some practice time and kind of the start of the semester, but you also want games at the start of the semester to kind of get everybody back in. You know, I'm sure there's some people watching who fed these kids pretty well at Christmas time. And, you know, they want to get games. You want to get back in the game shape, in the game rhythm, and that 9 days off right now looking like it's messed with the Dolphins' offensive rhythm, at least for now. But they just got to hang around, and that's what they're doing. Jemiah Leach with the scoop and score. And they're playing nice defense as well, so being engaged on both sides of the basketball, Brunswick, right now. It's a 1-point game. Louisburg again coming up empty. Offensive rebound by Good, and the second effort works for her. So Kylie Good makes it a 3-point game again with her first bucket. Farmer into the front court. Farmer turns on the Jets. Briggs stays with her. Canes looking to push her. And that triple goes down over on the left side. I'll check on the number, but now Louisburg matches its biggest lead at 6. 20-14. Ball trickles out. It's poked away. Brunswick going to get it back, though. Here is Burns back in the game. She'll fire a 3. Dolphins don't shoot a ton of 3s. I believe it was Turan who got that triple. 40% shooter from behind the arc this year. Turan off the bench. It's good. Turnaround jumper, no good. Tie up on the offensive rebound as McLucas went for it, and it's going to stay with the Canes. Hamilton will inbound it for Louisburg. Briggs in the corner. 12 to shoot. White doesn't need that long. And she fires, and they call another tie-up. Brunswick was looking for the foul there. And instead, it's a jump ball. So, it will be Brunswick basketball either way, as Farmer with 6 points brings it into the front court. Handoff to McLucas, to the cutter Burns. Burns, flip shot in the lane, no good, and Hamilton juggles it. That gave Burns an opportunity. Out to Mitchell, bucket good. Destiny Mitchell's on the board for the first time, coming off the bench today. Cuts the deficit back down to 4, and then Farmer with the foul near midcourt, applying some ball pressure. Alicia Dawson coming in for Brunswick. changes as well. Adams back in for Louisburg. Louisburg coming up empty there. Destiny Mitchell from deep. Got another one. Back-to-back buckets from Mitchell. And the Dolphins close the gap down to 2. Strip but foul there. I don't know who that is. I don't have a 32. Just do your thing. Who the hell is 32? Let me get into the roster and see if I can find out who is in the game. As I believe that's Hamilton with another bucket on a putback, giving Louisburg a 4-point lead. Dolphins with the turnover. And that's going to go off the Hurricanes. Nice pressure defense that time by Brunswick. Shamira Monk is making her first appearance. That is who 32 is. I didn't even have her on the roster. But the freshman making her first appearance of the season for Brunswick off the bench. So good to see the depth getting a little deeper for Brunswick. Zone right now for Louisburg. It's Faith Farmer with the basketball. Dawson, turnaround jumper, no good. Ball tipped. Monk tries to save it, and it comes to a Hurricanes player instead. So here comes Louisburg into the forecourt. Just past the midway point here in the second quarter. Again, low scoring. White trying to get it going. She's forcing a lot right now. Dolphins doing a nice job on Corey White. Again, she shoots 44% from 3. Dolphins, that ball was poked away, last touched by Adams. They say Adams didn't think so. But it'll be Dolphins basketball when we come back. 4:44 left to play until halftime. Louisburg 22, Brunswick 18. All right, big shout out as always to Coastal Transplants as we thank them for their support. Dolphins going to get hit with a 5-second call out of the timeout. Couldn't find anybody. Dolphins, too many turnovers today. Yates is back in. So Yates, White, Adams out there for the Canes. Powell and Rowe is back in. Rowe, with the ball fake, actually shuffled her feet. So Canes a little bit sloppy as well. Again, end of a 3-game road trip. Sometimes that comes with the territory. But Dolphins doing a nice job defensively. Just got to get it going on the other end of the court and see if they can find some more rhythm offensively. Destiny Mitchell double-teamed, and it's ripped away. Nice defense there by the Canes. Powell with that steal. Fake by White. Getting it out. Here's Rowe again. Front rim that one. Yates the hustle play again. Powell the tip in. No. Powell stays with it. Powell going to work again. And rebound controlled by Monk. And then it's Dolphins just not in sync there. That's frustrating. So Yates to inbound it. White in the corner. Mitchell on Herb. Yates on the wing. Nice pass down low by Yates. Well, I like her. Got that one down to Powell. Powell now with 6 points. So lead back to 6 for Louisburg. Here is Dawson. I am about to go home. What are we doing passing the basketball like that? Just ugly. I mean, come on. She's right there. So Dolphins came in averaging 15.8 turnovers, which is third best in Region 10. 29th nationally. Those numbers are going to climb the way today's going. Chelsea Rivera is back in. Dolphins get a steal by Leach. Chelsea Rivera puts it up and in. Defense to offense. Dolphins trailing by 4 again. White looking to put the moves on. Gets around Leach, and she's fouled. Third team foul on Brunswick. Just 1 in the quarter on Louisburg. Corey White, one of 4 players for Louisburg, averaging in double figures, just 2 points today, although take my stats with a grain of salt. White now with a 3. She's a 70% free throw shooter. 12 points a game, 46% shooter, 44% from 3, as I mentioned. White leading Region 10 in that category, and she's 14th nationally. So Canes get an extra possession here on the rebound. Powell has it top of the key. Brunswick's done a nice job closing. That ball was tipped, and it came down low. And the bucket again is good, and I believe, again, that's Powell. Check on the number. Yeah, it was Powell. So Powell I've got with 8 now. Entry pass deflected. Canes forcing yet another turnover. This is Louisburg's biggest lead. They look to go up double digits here. Can't do it on the 3 by Rowe. Chelsea Rivera. What a pass. Kennedy gets it right back to her. Rivera just inside the arc off the back iron. Ball tipped to Farmer. Farmer off 1 foot. And Powell with the rebound. She grabbed Monk, they say. So Dolphins going to get an extra possession here. Second team foul on the Canes. Minute 53 to go until halftime. Leach is out of the game. And for the first time, Kira Moore is in. Pazzaquino coming in for Monk. So Monk getting her first action of the season. And coming in, obviously, they're going to limit her minutes. Chelsea Rivera's, all these entry passes, Canes are getting to him. Chelsea got it back, though, out to Kennedy. And Kennedy gets her second jumper to go down. So Dolphins down by 5 again. Again, they're just hanging around, not playing their best basketball, but doing enough defensively, certainly, to hang with the Canes. Again, 9-2 Hurricanes. That was deflected by Rivera, and she got it deflected off of Yates. Nicely done there. That's what we're talking about. We've seen that on both sides of the court. Dolphins can clean up their passing, their turnovers, their yips. They'll have a nice shot in this second half. See how they can close this first half out, though. Faith Farmer into the forecourt. Kennedy out on the wing. Kennedy spinning, attacking, can't score. Moore got a hand on it, but it's out of bounds. So Canes get another stop. Good is in. Powell will go out. Leading scorer so far for Louisburg with 8. White gives it up to Rowe. Yates. Boy, I don't know how Yates got it to Good, but she did. And Good made her. Gave her the assist. So lead back to 7. Again, biggest for Louisburg tonight. Louisburg has led for most of the game. It's been close. We've had 2 ties. The Dolphins have not led. Yates will go out of the game, and Hamilton will come in. Princess Kennedy at the free throw line, attacks and scores. Kennedy up to 6 on the night. 5-point game again. Shot clock, game clock separated by about 3 seconds. Hamilton just blows by the defense. The fresh legs for Hamilton. She's got 6. Came in averaging 8. Dolphins can hold here for the final shot. Faith Farmer going quickly, though. That shot way off. That was ill-advised offense there for Brunswick. At the buzzer, the throw-up shot by Rowe doesn't go. So Louisburg pretty much leads wire to wire. It's still a close game. The Canes do match their biggest lead into the locker room, holding the Dolphins to 24 points. It's 31-24 Louisburg after 20 minutes of play. We'll take the halftime break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with all the second half action. Don't go far. Welcome back to Dolphins basketball here on YouTube. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Finale of this back-to-back at home for Brunswick as they go road tripping Thursday and Friday. But business to handle as they trail by 7. Louisburg with the basketball, enjoying its biggest lead for the Hurricanes, led by Jay Hamilton with 6 points. Led by Powell with 8 points. Hamilton has 6 points. Powell looking to get into double digits. They call the defensive foul there, so Powell's going to go to the free throw line. Also scoring for Louisburg in the first half, Good with 4, Turan with 3, Rowe with 3, White with 3, Adams 2, Yates with a couple as well. So Powell now with 9 points in the game. Faith Farmer, Princess Kennedy have 6 points apiece for Brunswick, who has struggled offensively. Chelsea Rivera with 4, Destiny Mitchell also with 4. Powell now the first player in double figures in the game with 10, extending Louisburg's biggest lead out to 9. Leach and Burns, the other scorers, they have 2 points each. Princess Kennedy, ball trickles out to Faith Farmer from the elbow, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Powell. Adams across midcourt for Louisburg. The Hurricanes 9-2, 2-1 on the road, 4-1 in Region 10 play. Their only 2 losses so far to Cleveland and Daytona State. Cleveland currently nationally ranked. Powell again looking for a whistle instead. Good defense there by Brunswick. So Yates is going to inbound it here. Inbound goes to White. White step back 3, airballed it. So the threes that normally fall for Louisburg not falling as consistently. Dolphins still down by 9, though. Got to find it on this end of the floor. That jumper by Burns is off the back iron. We have a foul on the Canes. So both teams with an early team fouls. We're underway here in this second half. Again, we'll be with you on the 20th when Cape Fear is in town to take on Brunswick. Makes the short drive south on 17. Inbound to Kennedy. Kennedy's been hitting the middies today. Not that time, though. Chelsea Rivera with the rebound. Down to Burns. Burns, yes, and the foul. Much needed bucket there. Jasmine Burns with 4. Has struggled from the free throw line this year. Second team foul on the Canes. Early sub as White goes out and Rowe comes in. Mentioned Louisburg's got 4 players that average in double figures. Only one of those players is having a good offensive game today. But they have 9 players who average 4 a game or better. So this is a really balanced team night in and night out. It could be 1, 2, or 3 different players doing different things offensively. Nice job by Rowe getting to the bucket there. Flip shot is good for her. She's got 4. Lead is 8 for Louisburg. Dolphins are perfect at home, 6-7 overall, but 5-0 here at home. Faith Farmer. Shot. Was it blocked? It was not. Was it blocked or not? They signaled it's Louisburg's basketball. Faith Farmer don't miss that bad. It had to have been blocked. Even Louisburg didn't start going down the court. So just a oopsie-daisy there by the official as Brunswick will inbound it now with 16 on the shot clock. So Kennedy to inbound. Looking for somebody. It's deflected again. Boy, Yates, her hands are everywhere, aren't they? Shaylon Yates doesn't pile up the stats the way some of her teammates do, but she makes a very nice impact on the game of basketball. Another 5-second call. It's the second one in the game. Dolphins showing some trapping pressure here. Speaking of Yates, Yates gets it out to Hamilton. and Hamilton is fouled. Boy, they're not giving the charge today. It's all been blocking fouls. So Hamilton with 6 points, looking to add to her total. 82% free throw shooter, Jaya Hamilton. Hamilton 8.2 points, 4.9 rebounds per game. Louisburg averages just 14.8 turnovers per game, second in Region 10. I mentioned Dolphins are third. Both teams have been a little sloppy in that first half, but not as much here in the second so far. Farmer and Rivera discussing things in the backcourt. Nice pass by Chelsea down low. Unselfish basketball there for the Dolphins. And Burns a little hot right now. There wasn't much to that foul. Just a little talking. Third team foul on Louisburg, second on Hamilton. Hamilton goes out of the game as Turan comes back in. So Burns off on the first one. Missed them both. Rebound controlled by Turan. Dolphins get to the line quite a bit. 21.8 free throw attempts, leads Region 10, but just 53% from the line as a team. They've made some nice strides this year, already 2 more wins than all of last year. But there's certain little things that the Dolphins, as we go on into January, February, and hopefully for the Dolphins into that tournament in March, you know, those are the little things you got to improve on as a team. So Rowe at the free throw line. Who told the officials I said they were letting them play? Because they've clearly, now they're calling everything. It's very difficult when things are that inconsistent. In the first half, it was whatever you want to do defensively, and now it's you can't do anything defensively. So Rowe gets them both. This is the first double-digit lead of the game for Louisburg. Kennedy to Faith Farmer. Bounce pass again to Burns. Gets it right back to Faith. It's blocked from behind, but again, a foul called. Powell called for the foul, and already 14 fouls on Louisburg. We've had 7 whistles in the first 3 minutes. I don't think we had 7 whistles for fouls in the first half. Kennedy will go out. Destiny Mitchell comes in. Again, Destiny's got 4 points. Farmer. First point in the second half makes it a single-digit game again. And Faith stepped over the line. So 9-point game. Adams into the front court. Adams lost the dribble for a moment, gets it back now. Adams will reset here for the Canes. 10 to shoot for Louisburg. Team that came in averaging 75.5 points. Dolphins have limited their offense. It's down to 2. Yates has to get it up. She does. Gets the offensive rebound. Gets it down to Powell. Powell bank no. Powell volleyballs it no. And Burns collects. Dolphins are doing a nice job defensively, but Louisburg is as well. So, Chelsea Rivera open. Got it to go. Nice looking shot there from Rivera, who's now up to 6 points. So Farmer was 7, Kennedy and Rivera was 6 points each to pace Brunswick so far. Yates gives it up, and ooh, sloppy right there. McLucas back in, Princess Kennedy back in. Burns goes out. And I'll tell you who else went. I think it might be Farmer. Check on it in the front court. McLucas scoreless first half. Faith did go to the bench. Don't expect her to sit for long. Hopper is in the game for the first time. Jemiah Hopper. That's going off. Louisburg Dolphins will have 14 to shoot. 5:35 to go in the game. Brunswick down by 7. They've trailed by as many as 10. We had 2 ties early in the game. Brunswick has not led. Kennedy inbound to McLucas in the corner. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy attacking. Oh, and Powell was ready from that from the get-go. Great defense there by Powell. Pull up by Rowe is no good. Guess who? It's Powell fouling it up. She's got a dozen. Nine-point advantage for the Canes. Kennedy using the baseline. Throws it up, looking for a whistle. She had Hopper wide open on the other end of the floor. Missed opportunity there for Brunswick. Adams cut off on the elbow. Yates gets looking down low, and that's going to be off Powell. So a turnover for the Canes. And 4:52 left to go here in quarter number 3. We're going to take a timeout. Louisburg in control. Dolphins hanging around, though. We'll see when we come back. Welcome back to Brunswick. Chris Shema, glad to be with you from the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for hanging out with me here on this Monday evening, Monday night. Dolphins down by 9. Poke away again. Yates with the steal. Yates lay it up and in. I'm a big fan of her. If I had a 4-year school, that's the kind of player that I'm looking for. Just makes impacts whenever she's on the floor. Always around the basketball, deflecting things. This is the biggest lead now for Louisburg. Dolphins got to be careful here. Princess Kennedy forced that one, got it to go. So Louisburg briefly took its biggest lead. Yates in the corner. Good is back in for the Canes. So is White. And McLucas. Was McLucas called for a foul there? Mitchell is out. Faith Farmer back in. No, there wasn't a foul called. I'm not sure what that whistle was. Dolphins 2-3 zone. Entry pass to Good. Good. Turnaround, no. Kennedy makes contact, so Kylie Good will go to the free throw line. So good now, up to 5 points, 50% free throw shooter. As a team, the Hurricanes shoot 72% from the charity stripe. Good now with 6. And the lead back to 11. Faith Farmer into the front court. McLucas, the bounce pass to Hopper. Getting in for Kennedy. Kennedy puts it up. No. Rebound controlled by Good. And then Hopper comes in and ties her up. Good hustle play there. If you're Dawson, if you're Hopper, if you're Pazzaquino, Nia, and you're looking for minutes, that's the way to get the coach's attention. Those little hustle plays. Look at Yates and what she does. She's been on the court for most of the game. Yates' stat line, she averages 4.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, 0.9 blocks. 2 steals a game, not bad. Those stats don't light you up, but she's played longer than anybody else for Louisburg because of those little things that she's doing on the floor. Just like that. You know, it's hard to get your offense into rhythm when you constantly have to inbound it because, you know, Yates is picking and popping. So that was a nice play by Hopper. Kennedy will inbound now. 23 on the shot clock here. And there she is again. Yates making another impact. Faith Farmer, though, takes it away. Dolphins have numbers now with Yates on the floor. Now she's back. Oh, they missed an opportunity that time. Rivera was wide open up top. Rivera cooking. Here's Kennedy attacking. Ball trickles out. Players diving for it. It's won by the Canes. Canes 2-on-1. Coming to close that time was Rivera. Good hustle there by Chelsea. Kennedy out. Pazzaquino coming back in. Only 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. So White to inbound it. White with a quiet game so far. Just 3 points. Again, these stats might be a little bit off, but open look for Hamilton, and she buries another triple. Hamilton now with 9. She came in 24% from 3. The lead grows out to 14 now, and things are looking bleak for Brunswick. Hopper turnaround. There you go. Got to give it back a little at a time. This is the difficult thing against Louisburg. Dolphins hardly shoot the 3 at all. Maybe 3 or 4 attempts a game. That's going to be a foul called on Hopper. It's sportsmanship there. So when you're up against a really good 3-point shooting team like this, even if they're not having their best night, it can be very difficult. Burns is back in for Brunswick. Adams stuck on 2 points. Nehemiah Adams came in averaging 10 points per game, 78% free throw shooter. Also 3 assists per game. Gets 1 out of 2, so she's up to 3, lead back to 13 for Louisburg. Canes trying to pull away. Pazzaquino to the cutter. Oh. Farmer scores, but Hopper was running on the back door. Dolphins didn't see her, but fortunately Faith Farmer bails him out. Farmer now with 9 points. Adams on the opposite side to Yates. Yates using the baseline. Pull up over a double team. Hopper, good box out, but just couldn't get the rebound in time. Yates gets another offensive rebound now. Out to Adams, rejected by Hopper. Adams cut off. Swings it out. White for 3, yes. She's something else when she's shooting the triples with the kind of consistency she has been this year. Bucket no good. Nobody's rebounding. Faith Farmer going to shoot free throws. That also puts Brunswick in the bonus. Corey White, we saw her a season ago. I want to say this might be her third year with Louisburg, maybe redshirted 1 year. I'm not 100% on that. Monk is back in. Again, first appearance of the season, played briefly in the first half. Shamira Monk for Brunswick. Pazaquino departs after picking up her second foul. So Farmer gets 1 out of 2. She's in double figures now with 10. Lone player in double figures for Brunswick, although Kennedy with 8, Rivera with 6, Burns with 5, Mitchell with 4. Hopper, nice minutes for her. She'll depart as Dawson comes in. Briggs is back in for Louisburg. She's got the basketball. Near side to White. And then it's turnovers. Yates is looking back to Briggs. Farmer into the forecourt. Farmer pass tipped. It comes back to Dawson. Dawson to the hoop. Got it to go. Alicia Dawson with her first points. Briggs into the front court. It's a steal. Pazaquino is fouled. Faith Farmer is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, forcing that turnover. So Farmer's scoring streak now in double figures in 5 straight games. And again in all but 2 of the 13. Now up to 11 points tonight. Make it a dozen. Farmer shoots 44% from 3. But again, she doesn't shoot a ton of volume. Steal by Monk on the high pass. Dawson the Faith. Farmer extra pass to Burns. Burns puts it up, no. Tipped rebound comes to Farmer. Chelsea Rivera the midi. In and out. Good the rebound. Shot clock is on, but it's not of consequence here as Louisburg can hold for the final shot if they want to. Nobody ever does, though. Every time I say that, Adams to the hoop. Adams with the bucket. She's got 5 now. Faith Farmer at the buzzer. It comes up short. Dolphins again trying to hang around. They've trailed by as many as 14 in that third quarter. And right now it's an 11-point game. 52-41. Dolphins trying to stay perfect at home. They're going to have to come from behind if they want to do it. Welcome back to Brunswick, just about set to go here in the final quarter. Dolphins trying to come from behind. Louisburg has been quite feisty defensively. They have played a great defensive game today, and they lead at 52-41. Chris Sheeman back with you. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. So we're underway here in the final quarter. It's White on the far side. Rowe in the corner. Powell's back in with 12 points. Hamilton also in And Adams remains out there. 3-ball, no good by Rowe. Offensive rebound comes to Adams. Adams blocked by Monk. Good to see her being active in her first appearance. Dolphins come up empty, apparently. So here is Louisburg back in the forecourt. Adams to Rowe. Rowe. That swipe down is going to lead to 2 shots. Talia Rowe. Rowe. Hopefully I'm right on one of those. 11.5 points per game off the bench. 3.5 rebounds as well. 73% from the line. Rowe today was 7. Make it 8. Louisburg's led by as many as 14 if you're just joining us. Brunswick has not led. We were tied twice in the first quarter. For the most part, Louisburg has led wire to wire here tonight. So Rowe approaching double figures now with 9. Hamilton with 9 as well. And as I mentioned, Powell's got a dozen for Louisburg. Faith Farmer into the front court. Handoff to Chelsea Rivera. Rivera, rocket pass to Burns, puts it up and in. Burns with a nice game with 7. Lead back down to 11. Again, a lot of time left here. Dolphins trying to pick up the defensive pressure, and that's going to lead to a Louisburg timeout. Early in the fourth, it's the Canes 54-43. We'll be right back. Big thanks to our friends at Coastal Transplants for their support of Dolphins women's basketball. Rashima, glad to be back with you. Final home game for Brunswick, next 2 on the road, and then we'll be back with you 8 days from now, the 20th, Cape Fear and Brunswick at 6 p.m. Corner jumper no good. Offensive rebound again. Powell getting the hustle play. Hamilton puts it up. Nope, she took too many steps. It's another turnover for the Canes. So Dolphins first of 3 games during the week this week. At Guilford Thursday at 5 p.m. and then at Catawba Friday at 1 p.m. Handoff to Chelsea Rivera. Faith Farmer to the cutter, Burns, and it's taken away. Adams into the front court. Here's White. White, pull up, yes. Boy, that was not bad defense. That's how good of a scorer Corey White is. She's got 8 now, which is quiet by her standards. Ball fake there by Faith Farmer. Took a hard fall. Faith Farmer going back to the free throw line. If the Dolphins are going to make a run, it's got to come now. First foul on Louisburg here in the quarter. Good is going to come back in for Dennis Gaskins. So Farmer gets 1 out of 2. Baker's dozen tonight for Faith. Lead is a dozen for the Canes. Louisburg 4-1 in Region 10 play. Good start to Region play for them. Don't want to leave her open. White, fortunate miss there for Brunswick. It's Corey White is looking to get into double figures. Chelsea Rivera dribbling out of trouble. Rivera turns on the Jets, attacks, can't score, but she's fouled. Second team foul on the Hurricanes, 1 on the Dolphins. Leach is going to come back in for Brunswick here as Monk departs. Rivera, 58% free throw shooter, gets the first one to go. 7 points for Chelsea today, came in averaging 11.9. She leads Region 10 with 3.8 steals per game. One out of 2 at the line, though. Here is Rowe. And Rowe, they would have counted that. Instead, she's got to earn it at the free throw line. Hopper and Dawson both in. Leach, as I mentioned, just coming in, joining Rivera and Farmer on the court. Rowe now in double figures with 10. One out of 2 at the line. Ball poked away, but Chelsea chases it down. Rivera gets a screen, goes right to the hoop. Beautiful screen there by Leach. Chelsea Rivera now with 9 in the game. Lead is 10. Again, plenty of time here for Brunswick. Oop, that's going to be a foul on Dawson. Third team foul on Brunswick. White top of the key. Hamilton. Rowe, defender went for the steal. Pull up at the free throw line is good, and now Rowe has a dozen. Just past her season average. And if you're Louisburg right now, all you want to do is maintain. You're happy to trade bucket for bucket, which is where we've been the last couple of minutes. Now they get a stop. Rowe on the breakaway. Rowe rejected by Leach. Good from deep, no good. Here comes Brunswick. Dawson top of the key. Dawson goes to work, rejected by Good. Good throws a football pass ahead again to Rowe, and this time it's good and a foul. Rowe with 14. And that might do it. Matching the biggest lead now for Louisburg. McLucas is going to come back in for Brunswick. So Louisburg taking its biggest lead at 15 in the driver's seat now. As Rowe's come on strong here in the second half with 15 total points in the game. Chelsea Rivera went without the basketball, got it back, looking for the cutter, Hopper, and it's a bit off the mark. Timeout Brunswick, 5:44 left to go in the game, and we'll take time as well. All right, welcome back to Dolphins basketball. Chris Sheeman with you. 5:39 to go in the game, and Louisburg in control, leading by 15 points. White pass deflected. There's Rivera with the steal. Mentioned she leads Region 10. She turns defense to offense there, gets into double figures now with 11. Now, if the Dolphins are going to pull off some kind of a crazy comeback, that's the kind of play they need, and they need a lot of them in a very short amount of time. We're going to have another timeout here as White was trapped with nowhere to go. So, timeout again. We will step aside again. We'll be back. All right, back to live action for the Hurricanes. 18 on the shot clock. White, backdoor, shot off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Good. They call a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Brunswick. Quick trigger three is off the mark by McLucas. We're going to get another jump ball here, and Louisburg will have the possession. So 4:44 left to go. 13-point game. Ball fake there by White. White, double teamed in the zone, gets it out to Hamilton. Hamilton, and another tie-up. We've had 3 straight tie-ups. This time Dolphins get it back. Chelsea Rivera on the near side has started to heat up. Faith Farmer gets it back to her. Rivera again just blowing past the defense. Nobody picking up the ball. Rivera up to 13. Matching Farmer for the team high. Rose got the game high with 15. That ball was poked away by Farmer. They call a foul on that? We need to take a look at this. Maybe with the body there. That's I'm guessing it's with the body. So, it's Adams at the free throw line as they're in the bonus. One out of 2. Monk back in, pulls down the rebound. Dolphins running and gunning. Faith Farmer lays it up and in. Farmer now matching the game high with 15 points. It's a 10-point game. 63-53. 3:42 to go. White with the fake. White right to the bucket. Couldn't get the bank shot. Good the rebound, and then she's fouled by Monk. A correction, that's not Good. That was Powell. So Powell is going to the free throw line with 12 points already tonight. Nyla Powell, what a season for her. 14.5 points, 10.9 rebounds, close to 2 blocks per game. Powell shooting over 60% from the field, third best in the NJCAA. She gets both free throws to go out to 14 points today. A double-double machine pushes the lead back out to 12. Farmer to Rivera. Rivera attacking back out to Faith. The baseline shot is good. Farmer with 17 now. Still, Louisburg not panicking. They're still in control here. Clock's your friend if you're Louisburg. Got to play keep away a little bit. Ooh, that might have been a whistle, but a 3 by Adams is no good. And the door is open here for Brunswick, and they stop play. White is injured. And, of course, you hope the best for White. Corey White, one of the better players in Region 10. But they just stopped a fast break by Brunswick. You're not supposed to do that. Make the other team... Louisburg's got 3 fouls. They got a foul to give. Let them... Oh, now, wait a minute. What is the call here? So they stopped the fast break, and apparently somebody got teed up. So Louisburg called for a technical foul. I didn't see that at all. So I don't know what's going on that play. That's something we'll find out later, I'm sure. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. So Dolphins, that's a huge call against the Canes because now it's within single digits. It's now also a 3-possession game with 2:57 to go. Dennis Gaskins can't believe it. Joe Goyen can't believe it. I don't think either coach is happy with that sequence, and now there's a reach by Rowe. So Louisburg up to 4 fouls. Next one will put the Dolphins in the bonus. McLucas to inbound. Chelsea Rivera gets a screen. Rivera will back it out now. Top of the key, Jemiah Leach. Leach gets it down low looking for Monk, and it's through her hands out of bounds. Joe Gaughan is going to call timeout again. 2:36 left to go. And a little bit of nervous energy in the building as the Dolphins trying to come back and keep this perfect home streak alive. No changes out of the timeout. We have not seen a lot of Princess Kennedy here in this second half. She seems to be okay on the bench. Ditto for Destiny Mitchell. So Dolphins down by 9. They've trailed by as many as 15 tonight. Hanging tough with Louisburg. Rowe being hounded. Rowe loses the dribble. Chelsea Rivera with the steal, and it's taken right back by Powell. Adams doubled up in the corner, and they foul her. Both teams are in the bonus, and that really benefits Louisburg right now. So Adams with 6 points, back at the free throw line. Adams now with 7, 78% free throw shooter. Get a really good free throw shooting team, these Canes. So it's back to 11. 4-possession game. Dolphins pretty much have to be perfect from here on out. They cannot have any empty possessions at this stage. Chelsea Rivera for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Monk, put back, no. And that goes out of bounds, and it's going back to Louisburg. So if you're Louisburg, just take care of the basketball here. That's really all they need to do. Dolphins called for a foul again, and it's looking good for the Canes here tonight. So Louisburg going to wrap up this 3-game homestand, or excuse me, 3-game road trip, likely with a win here. Get their 10th win of the season. Brunswick on its way to its first home loss of the year. So 1 out of 2 for Adams. She's got 9. It's a 12-point game. So McLucas to inbound it. Farmer was 17 tonight. Rivera's got 13. Pazzaquino back in the game as the basketball. Jemiah Leach at the half circle. Entry pass deflected, and Martina Pazzaquino going to go to the free throw line. Reach there by the Canes. We have another technical foul called. So Louisburg is hit with another tee. Well, this is one thing that I think the Canes need to clean up. They've got a lot of talent on this roster. And if they want to make some noise in the Region 10 tournament, you can't be doing things like that. Look, I'm harder on the officials than anybody. There was nothing wrong. You can't reach over somebody like that. It's going to be a foul, and you're in control of this game. There's no reason for you to be complaining about anything right now because you're giving free points to your opponents. Single-handedly letting them back in the game. And, I mean, you do this against Cleveland, Bryan, and Stratton, Cape Fear, you're down 20 before you know it. It don't matter your talent. You've got to play smarter than that if you're the Hurricanes. And now it's an 8-point game. And they're still in control. But if Brunswick gets a bucket here, and it goes from a 3-possession game to a 2-possession game, things are very different. All because you can't keep your head together. Dolphins got to make them pay, though. They need this bucket, too. Pazzaquino can't score, and there you go. Canes get the stop they need. So it might not cost them in a game like this, but what I'm saying is it's way too much talking. Faith Farmer rips it away. Farmer to the hoop. Farmer is fouled. And again, what are you complaining about there? That's an easy call. Pazzaquino out as Monk comes back in. So Farmer, again, 17 points. Make it 18. And this will make it a 2-possession game, so the Dolphins were in a position where they're going to have to play the foul game. They don't have to foul at all now. It's a 6-point game. Louisburg. I think they called a foul on Faith Farmer there. The reach on the inbound. And that's where if you're Faith, you got to go under, not over. That's exactly what Louisburg got called for. And it's the correct call. You can't go on top of them. Go under if you're trying to poke it away. So Adams back at the line. And again, it's Monk and Pazzaquino trading places. So first free throw by Adams is good. She's in double figures now with 10. So 1 out of 2. That one is a big one, though. It's a 3-possession game. Dolphins trying to go quick. Faith Farmer, jumper no good. Rebound by Good. So inside a minute to go, and Louisburg, just that one free throw really makes a difference, because 3 possessions inside a minute, you're really in the driver's seat, and Brunswick's got a foul now. Big difference between 6 and 7. And it's Adams going back to the line here. So Adams with 11, and she's racked up most of that down the stretch from the free throw line. Benefit of being the point guard when you're up and the other team's got a foul is you're likely the one with the basketball, so your point totals are going up, and she's up to 12 now. So timeout Brunswick. It's still a 3-possession game. I think Brunswick called time. Yes, Brunswick did call time, so we'll take another timeout here. 46.9 left to go in a 9-point game. So 46.9, Dolphins advance the basketball. Still a 3-possession game, but when you're not a 3-point shooting team, it feels a little bit larger. So we'll see what the Dolphins draw up here. Inbound to Pazzaquino. She'll fire a triple. Off the back iron, and it's good. Oh, the bank shot works for Pazzaquino. Dolphins trying to foul here, and Louisburg playing keep away. And then they blow the whistle after the miss. After the miss. Gotta love that. Good at the free throw line. 50% free throw shooter. So if you're going to foul somebody, this is who you want at the line. Well, this is, again, a big one because there's a huge difference between 6 and 7 points in this game. So even if Good gets this one, Louisburg's still feeling pretty good about itself. Missed them both. Rebound controlled by Brunswick, and we got another timeout. This one ain't over yet. 33.2 left to go. Dolphins stop the clock again to advance it, and we'll take another timeout here. Okay, so Dolphins with the basketball again. You got to think about the 3 here most likely. Yeah, that was their last timeout. So inbound goes to Chelsea Rivera in the corner. Oh, Leach is wide open. Flip shot is good. You'll live with that if you're Louisburg, though. Quick foul by Chelsea is going to send Adams back to the line. So 2 more free throws for Adams, who's made her payday at the charity stripe. Adams with 12 points today. Either way, it's still going to be a 2-possession game. But if you're the Dolphins, you're hoping for a miracle here, which so far Adams has not missed much from the free throw line today. Gets them both again. Adams helping seal the deal for the Canes, most likely. Dolphins got to go quick again. No timeouts. McLucas step back 3. Yes! The bank shot again. It's a 3-point game, 17 seconds to go. And once again, Adams is fouled. Boy, ideally, you want to try to keep the ball away from Adams, but got to foul quick as well. So we'll see if Adams can close the door yet again, or try to. Credit the Dolphins. They have not quit here tonight. I had this game over a while ago, and the Dolphins have kept fighting. Adams keeps making free throws, though. So it's a 2-possession game now either way. And that one adds to it. Again, Dolphins got to go quick here. Farmer fouled on a 3 by Adams. Adams got to be real careful here. These officials have been quick to call the T's. That's a tough call right there. I'm not going to lie, but Adams, you don't want to make it worse. So 3 shots now for Faith Farmer. Oof. Really needed all 3 of these here. But definitely have to get these 2. Farmer now with 20. Second straight game with 20 plus. 21 now for Farmer. Now, does Louisburg use a timeout here? Doesn't look like they want to do it. Monk is back in for Pazzaquino. And now Louisburg will call timeout. So it's a 1-possession game right now. Dolphins are going to have to foul here. A couple things to keep in mind. First, both teams are in the bonus. We know that. They've been there for forever and here in the quarter. The jump ball possession arrow does favor Louisburg, so any tie-up goes to the Canes. And if you're Louisburg, this timeout is a good timeout, an opportunity for Dennis Gaskins to remind his team, we're in the driver's seat here. They want to try to find Adams here on the inbound. That's why I wasn't sure if they were going to call timeout or not, because they've been able to get it into their point guard, who's not missing from the free throw line without the timeout. So I was thinking maybe they wouldn't, but want to be sure, set up and play. That's what they did. And now, Louisburg, even though they have gotten in their own heads a little bit and almost collapsed here, still in the driver's seat. We'll see if the Dolphins can make them pay or not. But it's just coming down to free throws right now for Louisburg and taking care of the basketball, which credit the Hurricanes. They've done both of those things in the last, inside a minute to go. So Yates with the inbound, throws it out of bounds. That's why I was not thinking they were going to call a timeout. So now the Dolphins still have to go the length of the court. There is enough time for 2 possessions if you go very fast here. That's why Louisburg's applying some pressure right now. Dolphins need a 3 to tie it. Chelsea Rivera is going to drive and score, and that does not much for Brunswick's hopes. I mean, they foul with 1.3, but you needed a 3 there, and Faith Farmer kind of consoling Chelsea. I think she knows. So Adams back at the line. Deja vu. Times 100. 1.3. Not a lot of time. Again, Dolphins no timeouts. So they've got to go the length of the court here. Faith Farmer lost the handle, and that is going to do it. Louisburg escapes this one. 77-74. What are they doing? They're not even doing a handshake? This is classless. This is classless right here from your opponent. What is Dennis Gaskins doing with his team? This is absolute classlessness. Now he's getting into it with the crowd. Of course the crowd's not going to be happy with that. What is wrong with you? That was completely unprofessional and was instigated by the coaches of Louisburg. No wonder why the players are getting teed up in inappropriate situations. You know, I was ready to sit here and talk about what a great game Louisburg played. That was trash. That was pure trash. And Dennis Gaskins and the entire staff should be ashamed of themselves. And I hope somebody sends them this video and they reflect on it and don't react. That's Louisburg's problem. They're reacting a little too much instead of doing some reflecting. Complete garbage. All right, they're done with us at the gym, and I should probably shut up now, so I'm going to go away too. Hey, Louisburg wins. Good for them. What a nice bunch of people they are. 74-77 over your Dolphins. We'll be back with you again on the 20th. Until then, my name's Chris Sheeman. Take care of yourself.